We are Team Top 5.
For a whole month, we were trapped in the evil Dino Rob's Dino Dimension.
A place where we were duplicated dozens of times.
Eventually, we managed to escape, but now Dino Rob is sending his army to take us back.
Together, we fight them off and hope to ultimately take down this deranged dinosaur.
The more we count down, the weaker he gets.
This is Top 5.
So I took my Patronus test and it was a grass snake, which is weird. The first time I took it, I was a Slytherin, so I was like, that kind of makes sense, I guess. But now I'm Hey! So since you basically missed out on all of Mario May,
we thought some Harry Potter would be just the thing to get you back into the spirit.
And you dressed up and everything? Oh, you guys! Okay, let me slip into something more Gryffindor, and I'll be ready to go.
All right.
Colloportus.
that was fast.
Slytherin, eh?
Let's get started, shall we?
These are the top 5 best Harry Potter movie moments.
Number 5. Dolores Umbridge is the perfect villain. She has incredible fashion sense, the best interior design, and presents herself as righteous when she really would maim a child if it meant power and respect. And she does just that. Umbridge is appointed to Professor of Defense Against the Dark Arts, and in order to discredit Harry Potter and Dumbledore, refuses the notion that he who must not be named has returned. During the first class under her tutelage, Harry insists that the events of Voldemort were all too real, earning him a one-way ticket to detention. His classroom persistence resulted in a special new punishment. Harry is told to write lines with Umbridge's black quill, which uses the blood freshly carved from the back of the writer's hand in lieu of ink. Harry dutifully writes until a scar forms during Umbridge's disturbing assertion that Harry knows he deserves to be punished. The way the letters appear, lagging behind his writing and painfully etched into his skin, stuck with me, and the cold cruelty of this interaction really illuminated the submissiveness Umbridge expects of her students.
Number 4. The Great Hall is arguably one of the most eye-catching rooms in Hogwarts. This most important gathering area can regularly fit all 4 houses of Hogwarts students and its employees and guests under a canopy of floating candles and an enchanted sky ceiling for meals, owl deliveries, exams, and pretty much anything else they need. But I am a sucker for festive decor, and where the Great Hall truly shines is when it's decked out for the holidays. The sorting ceremony sports lively house colors with bountiful buffets and the sorting hat front and center, letting new students take in the hall's opulent majesty. Witches and wizards are common motifs even in the Muggle world on All Hallows Eve, so you know Hogwarts goes all out for their Halloween feast. There's the frog choir that sings Double Trouble, the floating candles are adorned with carved pumpkins, and the food includes all sorts of mouth-watering sweets. Even the ghosts look forward to a Hogwarts Halloween. But Christmas is where the hall truly shines. For students who stay behind, treats are once again plentiful at the Christmas feast, with tall ornamental trees and snow falling from the enchanted ceiling. There's something so specifically magical about snowing indoors, like you're living in a snow globe. They outdid themselves at Christmas with the Yule Ball decor, which made the Great Hall like stepping into an ice palace. Every detail, from ice sculptures to tiny potion bottles, perfectly lined the dance hall, making it unforgettable. Oh, to go to Hogwarts would be a dream, but send me on a holiday or else why bother?
Number 3.
Welcome, Harry, to Diagon Alley. Here's where you get your quills and your ink.
It's difficult to keep from comparing the movies to the books. Some characters and locations just can't live up to the expectations of what film is capable of, if they even made the final cut at all. The big exception to this would be Diagon Alley. After the secret entrance through the leaky cauldron, the scenic cobblestone street was leapt straight from the pages onto the screen to perfectly introduce the wizarding world with shops overflowing with garnishly dressed customers and kitschy magical products. From the family-seeking Hogwarts school supplies to the ne'er-do-wells that frequent the seedy underbelly Nocturne Alley, the shoppers of Diagon Alley showcase the lively aura of the wizarding haunt. The quirky architecture and rustic awnings remind you that these are no ordinary Muggle stores. Children huddle with their noses pressed against broom boutiques, and more seasoned witches discuss floral accoutrement outside the millinery. Should a young wizard need a wand and unparalleled customer service, Ollivander's is the place to go after a quick stop at their vault at Gringotts Bank to get some spending sickles. For that new Defense Against the Dark Arts textbook you need because there's a new professor again, or autographs of famous wizard authors on their book tour, head over to Flourish and Blots and take a page or two home. It's one of the most well-rounded locations the characters interact with regularly, thanks to the atmosphere cultivated by each of the design teams working in harmony. How could you not want to get lost and explore every nook and cranny yourself? You almost can. The Harry Potter studio in London has a small walkthrough version of the set, among the other movie sets and props, and Universal Orlando's Wizarding World has a Diagon Alley that has interchangeable shops and attractions.
Number 2.
Not my daughter, you bitch!
Valiant Molly Weasley is a true Gryffindor, and a badass. She's a full-time mother of 7 who loves and supports all of her children, even Percy for some reason, and nurtures a strong bond with her eccentric husband. That love and support doesn't stop at family though. Molly readily opens her heart and home to those in need, even when their space and supplies are already stretched thin. She's a crafting queen, from repurposing hand-me-down dress robes to hand-knitting personalized Christmas jumpers. Her generosity makes even the loneliest souls feel welcome. Like all moms, she knows where you are at all times, and she's fiercely loyal and protective. You could have died, after all. Molly is not one to lie down and let anyone walk all over her or her family. Nothing showcases that more than when she stands up to Bellatrix Lestrange, an incredibly powerful witch and ruthless murderer. But she steps in to protect her youngest child and only daughter, Ginny. This is far from an easy task for her. She doesn't swoop in and furiously take care of Bellatrix in a single blow. But bravery is facing your fears head on. She struggles to defend against some of the oncoming jinxes, but eventually succeeds in casting Confringo, blasting Bellatrix to oblivion, avenging Sirius, Tonks, Dobby, and the Longbottoms while ensuring the world was one Death Eater safer.
And the number 1 best Harry Potter movie moment is...
Expecto Patronum!
With Harry only recently being reunited with his godfather, the stakes are raised when they are surrounded by Death Eaters hell-bent on taking Sirius Black back to Azkaban. Previously, we saw that they were a bit partial to Harry Potter as well, and because of his previous encounters with him, Professor Lupin shows Harry the defensive Patronus charm. Up until this moment, Harry has been unsuccessful with the spell, but Sirius's life now hangs in the balance. Suddenly, Harry sees his father's Patronus across the water, and they are saved. Later in the film, we learn that James Potter is still very much dead, but it was Hermione's time turner that was able to place an alternate timeline Harry in the right place at the exact right time to cast his own Patronus, knowing that it was possible since it had already happened. This moment is the culmination of all that the film worked up to, and the payoff was great. Seeing Harry's Patronus was perfect. The wispy stag of light chasing away his demons, which matched his late father's stag, was the perfect blend of hope and heartbreak. The life or death suspense of Harry and Sirius' situation was what made such a lasting impression. The Dementors in this movie are truly haunting. Their design and interaction with the environment around them really sucks the happiness and warmth out of you, in the best way.
What? Gundams are amazing! Why would you even say that?
Dr. Pepper? I can always count on Dr. Pepper!
Something weird with the doorknob, guys. Whoa. Okay, sorry it took so long. I was just trying to make it perfect. Duplicate. So glad you could join us.